We are in Charlotte, North Carolina. 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Hornets. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. The Magic made a special trip here for one game back in Orlando for the next one. And, of course, Cam Whitmore, as we get to see him playing his first game. With Orlando.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. He thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
Ball with a wide open look. A shot's good on the assist by Jordan. And what a matchup we have here in the front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now here's Brunson. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. LaVine can't hit.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Magic with the ball. Here's Murray. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
And Rodman with the slam.
And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we're just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ball's got 6.
I tell you, it's unorthodox to watch, but Ball shoots the ball with tremendous rhythm and confidence from beyond.
Now here's LaVine. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Over George. LaVine can't hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Here's Curry. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And the layup's good off the glass.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
The Magic trailed by 6. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. Now, Coach said they need to take away Jalen Brunson's weapons and make him make plays, especially from outside. Coach said Brunson is a great distributor. He gets all of his teammates involved. We need to take away his weapons and make him shoot the three. We'll see if the defense can do that. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
And the intelligence, his overall basketball IQ, Ball just has a knack for being in the right spot, especially when the break is on.
Hornets leading by 8. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. From the arc, drills the three-pointer. 5 points in the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on,
is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Brunson. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Now here's Marion. Towns for three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, when it comes to big men, you're not going to find a better catch-and-shoot option than Cat.
Outside, George. Outside, Rodman. Shot clock at 6. Here's Curry. And he gets the bucket. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Brunson with it. On the wing, Levine. There's a screen by Collins. The kick out to Towns. And here's the fast break. Latrey kept alive. Outside Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Hornets.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Hornets.
9.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hornets?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
Now McBride. Wagner on the wing. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And that one's good by Rodman.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Brunson outside. What a terrific move that was. Brunson's got his third basket of the night right there. Hornets leading by 12. Franz Wagner, as we know, Stan, came into the league with a splash and hasn't really slowed up since.
Now, Kevin, I think he's surprised a lot of people. He has never played like a young guy. He's always played with the maturity of a veteran guy, and he just keeps getting more and more responsibility. He's handled it well, and then he could become a perennial all-star.
I like that assessment.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Bull. Here's McBride. That three off the mark. The Magic trailed by 13. And here's Marion. Down low. Here's Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
Yeah, that's 7'9" wingspan on full display there. Bamba swooping in with authority. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Wagner outside.
Fred VanVleet. Davion Mitchell.
Now, here's Bull. And on the board. And finished off by Wagner.
Well, with his size and power, Wagner can seem unstoppable at the rim.
Mitchell with it. Picked up by Rodman. Back to Mitchell. To the inside. It's stolen by Rodman. Takes it inside. Pass to Wagner. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Right. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Dan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Jack went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. Here's McBride. It's good. McBride's got his first basket.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Whitmore. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Their field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. So for the Magic.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
50 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Ball. 8 points for him. They get it again. Right side Curry. George with no one around. They shoot again. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got his first bucket of the night.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Brunson being aggressive.
Well, his percentage keeps going up. He's adapted to what the defense is showing him.
Left side, Ball. Rebounded by Marion. Towns, high post. Out to Marion. Towns, the screen. And so it's Charlotte in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action in just a minute. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Drummond the screen. Inside. Curry trying to break free. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
That one is on Towns.
Well, that's a big body to mess with. Drummond's a handful.
And both free throws good for Drummond. The Magic trailed by 11. Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches and jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
A little water running down there.
We did. Well, that's about as high percentage of look as Drummond's going to get. Nice job inside.
A kick out to Towns. His 3-pointers off the mark. Hornets lead by 11. Here's Curry. And there's the try. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And 12 points for Stephen Curry. Brunson scanning the floor. Levine with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Kick out to Levine. A 3-pointer off the mark. Right around a minute and a half. Played here in the third quarter. And the foul called on Sean Marion. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. For your Hornets, number 10, Dennis Rodman.
Charlotte moving the ball around. Outside Curry. Sinks the three-pointer. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Towns the screen. Brunson. Towns.
Anthony Towns.
It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Curry way outside. Off target from three-point range. The Magic trailed by 14. Outside, Towns. Pass to Marion. Great D that time from Powell. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Oh, the burst from Brunson.
Can't overplay Brunson to shoot. He will go right past you.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Hornets leading by 14. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
We've got 1:48 left here in the third quarter. Here's Mitchell. Up and in on the layup.
Davion Mitchell.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. And that combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. For three, Van Vliet.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
Orlando foul. JT Thor. First personal foul. Third team foul.
51 seconds left to play in the third. Ball with the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
There's a screen. Pass to Van Vliet. Bamba sets a screen. Second chance shot. And Ball sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
George with the steal. And again, Charlotte running the court in transition. Ball no good. Here's Whitmore. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as
The Magic. 33.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We see coaches stand willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. I'm going back in my Rolodex here. Did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. Yeah. My wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college. And she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
And Curry has it in the corner. Pass to McBride. He takes it in. Towns with the steal. And here they come. And finished off by Collins.
Well, great to see in-sync offense like this. The pass is perfectly timed, and Collins rises up and puts it down.
LeVert with it. And the rejection by Towns. To the paint. Cuts off the pass. LeVert with a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Collins. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Stephen Curry.
Well, you can see one of Collins' best attributes is his ability to finish through contact.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And the other thing that's saying that is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the break, listen with Charles Lee and his team. While the team is up, Coach doesn't want his team to let up. He told the team to finish this game. Do not think this will be easy. We've seen comebacks before. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Curry with the steal. There's Ball with the 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
In the corner, Collins with it. On the wing, Marion. Fires from 18. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
And in the mid-range, Marion can be a problem. He'll find a shot he likes in that area.
They get it back. That one falls.
And he's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
Pass to Marion. Brunson outside. Back to Marion. Towns wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Hodman sets a screen. And the foul called on Sean Marion. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
George with the ball. Brunson picks him up. Baseline J on the way.
And you got to respect the quick hands of Marion. Awesome at contesting shots with that long reach.
2 minutes remaining.
Kicks it out to Rodman. 4 on the clock. Curry wide open. No good with the triple. The Magic trailed by 18. Here's Levine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
You know, Stan, as productive as Zach LaVine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. Rodman sets a screen. Here's Curry with the 3. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the way up. And the Hornets lead by 18.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Charlotte.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lonzo Ball.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Curry on the wing. Bangs home the trifecta.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Levine can't hit. Here's the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And Drummond throws it down.
An impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And it's Brunson missing. And it's the Hornets ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Now Ball. So no problem for Charlotte.